good things or bad things, good people. There's a philosophical part to this, a theological part to this, which is what often comes up when people say, how come good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? That is not the thrust of my discussion tonight. Okay? It's the question of evil, the question of why, this person who is a tyrant, this person who is evil, yet somehow they have access, somehow good things happen to them. And then you have another person who lives their lives righteously and bad things happen to them. How is that possible? Because ultimately, the question that we're not asking is what is good and what is bad. We are not capable of encompassing with our limited faculties what is good and what is bad. So I'm going to start with this for a moment. If you spoke to an insect and you asked the insect to explain to you the most complex political issue that's happening in the world right now, can you unravel all of this for me and explain all of this for me? The insect would be incapable, and we would not burden ourselves with waiting for an explanation from an insect. Why? Because we understand that the insect is limited in their understanding. Okay, let's graduate to a human being. You don't walk up to a baby and ask the baby to explain to you complex phenomenon. Because you can see, even though you were once that baby, you can see that the understanding of that baby is limited by their infancy. When we compare the knowledge that we have and what we can encompass with our understanding and our faculties of the world around us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the discrepancy is far greater than us to that child or a human being to even the smallest insect. And that's something, by the way, that Allah has given us signs around us so that we could understand our limitations. Allah has given us جَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعُ وَالْأَبْصَارُ وَالْأَفْئِدَةِ. Allah mentions faculties. He gave you your hearing, He gave you your seeing, He gave you your sense of comprehension, perception, so that you could get to know Him. We will show them signs in our furthest arrangements. الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ. In the furthest arrangements in the sky as well as in themselves, until they come to the understanding that this is the truth. So Allah has given us enough to understand that we really don't know much. How? If you were to compare the size of the earth to the observable elements around the earth, you realize we're really not that big. How much have we seen that lets us know, subhanAllah, even the effect, the light, billions of years after from a star, that lets us know our limitations constantly. But it also lets us know that as much as you can see, there is so much more that you can't see. And so that is to dawn upon you your limitations, your limitations. Someone asked me the question, I said this wasn't going to be the bulk of my talk. But like you said, we talk a lot, professors and doctors, and especially mashayikh. Not your mashayikh in Bosnia, just the ones in America. We talk too much. I was asked this question recently about the hadith of a mother and her child, where the Prophet ﷺ said that Allah is more merciful to you, arhamu bikum. Allah is more merciful to you than a mother is with her child. And someone said, but a mother would never do this to her child.